What kind of speaker are you? Are you a platform speaker where you want to get onto stage so that you can tell more people about ways that you can help them and you want to sell your products and services? That's one type of a speaker. Or are you a keynote speaker, a motivational, inspirational speaker who is typically paid to come and speak? Either way, we're going to talk about both of those speakers and what you need to do to maximize either being a keynote speaker or a platform speaker. That is ahead in this video. So do me a huge favor and go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified every time I release a new video. Go ahead and comment, like this video, grab your pen and paper, and let's dive in. Hey there, I'm Darieth Chisholm and welcome to my YouTube channel. So, I have been speaking for over 30 years now. I know, sometimes when I think about it, I'm like, ugh, I don't even know if I want to, admit that I'm that old. But anyway, I have been. And I've also had a very successful career as an Emmy Award-winning TV host, a life and business coach, an author, speaker, and a filmmaker. But recently I decided that I would dust off my YouTube channel and start creating content for speakers, because that's primarily who I coach. I coach authors, speakers, and coaches on how to get seen, get heard, and get paid. So you're in the right place if that is your goal. But I decided that with this video today, I just wanted to simplify this, because I get people who come to me who are just beginning and they know that they want to speak. They know that they've got a great message. They know that they have a powerful story, but they're not quite sure if they want to be a speaker who is brought in as a keynote speaker who's there to inspire, motivate, encourage the audience, and they typically earn a speaker's fee. And usually, if you're a platform speaker because you've got a product or service to sell. You're a coach or an author or a program developer, and you've got something that as part of your story or the time that you're on stage, you want to find your ideal clients or customers in the audience and you want them to buy your stuff. That's a platform speaker. So again, two different types of speakers. Keynote speakers typically are people who have powerful stories, and they typically come in, they get a speaker's fee, and they don't necessarily sell from the stage. Platform speakers are selling from the stage. They're there looking for their ideal clients and customers to buy their stuff. Okay, we've got that laid out. Okay, so we've got our keynote speakers for the most part, and then we've got our platform speakers. Now, there are times when they cross over. In fact, I'm one of those crossover speakers. I can go out to colleges, universities, nonprofits, and give certain speeches, earn money to do that, and I'm not there to sell something, primarily because I have a social justice project, and I advocate for victims of cyberbullying, revenge porn, and that really affords me an opportunity to go out and speak on that topic. Conversely, I will go out and I will speak about being a speaker and my book, which is called Hustle, Why Now is the Time to Unleash Your Passion. So typically, I'm in front of a group of entrepreneurs who are looking for ways to get more visibility to grow their business, primarily by using speaking or the media or publicity. And so when I'm there to do that, I'm typically selling one of my coaching programs or my book or something from the stage. So I'm able to literally leverage both of those, and I'm conscious of those. But when I'm working with my new speakers, I always want them to get clear about the path that they're working on, because there are lots of steps that are different that you will need to take. Now, there are lots of very similar things that you should be doing, but the end game is different. And it's important that you know it going into this, what type of speaker you ultimately want to become. For a lot of different reasons, because you're going to spend your time differently, you will use your resources differently, and you will also be prospecting for opportunities to speak differently. Again, so you've got to know the difference going forward. So having said that, I want you to take a moment and identify for yourself, if you're a new speaker, just based on this, are you likely going to be a keynote speaker, someone who has a very powerful story and you want to inspire or educate or motivate? And then I want you to decide, nope, I'm going to be a speaker who has something that I want to sell from the stage, platform speaker. So let's get that clear. The next step that I want you to do is to think about then, who needs to hear this message? Where am I going to give this message. And that gets us to start to thinking about how you find speaking opportunities. Two different ways of finding speaking opportunities. Now, I will say it all starts with Google, and it can start with my event prospecting system, of which I talk about in a free training, and you can go out and take the free training. It's at dariathchisholm.com/magnetic speaker, where I talk about different ways that you can find speaking gigs. However, in this case, you're going to approach it entirely different, but you need to know it getting started so that you are approaching your speaking prospecting in an entirely different way. The third thing that you need to do then is to realize then, what's my message and the overall story going to be? What's going to be the takeaway? What is the action that you want the audience to do? And with platform speakers, it's typically you want them to buy something. So your call to action is entirely different. You want people to be engaged with you, to hear your story or to hear whatever it is that you have to say. And then when you get off stage, you hope that they're in the back of the room buying your stuff. As a keynote speaker, it's typically, maybe you want them to follow you. You just want them to be a part of your movement. Maybe you want them to, you may have a book, so that's important, but it's less about you selling and more about you being in service. So are these people going to come to your website? Are they going to be a part of your Facebook group? Will you continue to provide great information for them? Now, sometimes keynote speakers don't have a plan of action. And this is where I'm telling you you're making your mistake. You have to have an off-stage strategy no matter what. Okay, so let's talk a little bit more about what I call an off-stage strategy. Again, I don't care if you are a platform speaker or a keynote speaker, it's still important for you to continue to engage with the audience who has just heard you speak, right? And having a solid offstage strategy means that could look like continuing to be in community with these people in your Facebook group, sending them emails with great useful information, giving them tidbits or ways that they can continue to improve their lives or make a difference or whatever it is that you just shared with them as part of your message as the keynote speaker. Again, as a platform speaker, it's pretty clear that you want people to buy your stuff, but if you don't really have a strong offstage strategy, that's not going to work either, which means that just because there are 100 people who heard you speak doesn't mean that all of them are going to scramble to the back of the room and buy your stuff that day. They might decide in the weeks and the months and the years to come that they want to buy what they heard you speak about. But without an offstage strategy in place, without the systems, tools that you need in order to ensure that those people in the future think of you when it's time to buy your stuff, you really didn't do your job that day you were on stage. So there's a lot that goes into creating a powerful off-stage strategy. And I want to help you do this if this is something that you're committed to doing. I want to give you a couple of different ways that you can do this. You can sign up for another free training that I have, which is simply going out to dariath.com/speaker marketing. In that free webinar I share with you, and I do it live each and every week. So I don't care when you see this video, it's likely going to be live. First off, I'm there to answer your questions. But secondly, I do give you some solid things to start thinking about developing your offstage strategy. So that's a free training. Some of you all might be in the situation where you need support right away. You know that you're ready to just get started. So I want to just invite you to schedule a call with me. There's a link below where you can go to dariath.com/speaker in order to schedule a call with me. There's a bit of an application ahead of time, but be sure to fill that out. And let's talk about where you are. Not every offstage strategy is the same. It's not cookie cutter, right? You've got to really think about what do you want to do in terms of the long game of how you're going to still play a pivotal role in the lives of people who have just heard you speak. Either way, without a successful offstage strategy, you're leaving money on the table, you're leaving your potential impact on the table. You also, quite frankly, are leaving other speaking opportunities on the table. So you leave it all sitting there, and you can't afford to do that in this day and age. So let me assist you in helping you to develop a powerful offstage strategy. Again, the path to beginning typically is two directions. You're either a keynote speaker or you're a platform speaker. But what you do when you're off stage is essentially as important. So don't miss this piece. Don't think that it's not important. It's crucial to your success as a speaker, and I'm here to help you do it. I've given you all of the ways. They're all listed below in these various links that you can choose from, and I hope that you've enjoyed this video. I invite you to please go ahead and make a comment. You can share this with others. If you haven't already liked my page, please do so, and subscribe and hit the notification bell. I am very committed to providing you with additional content and resources to help you get seen, get heard, and get paid. So thanks so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next video with more information for you. Have a great day, everyone.